Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach, zachsang, and today we welcome to the studio for the very first time a human being that has been acting since, I don't know, like since you were born.
Since the inception.
Literally. And her entire family acts. It's quite a story. You may know her from Gossip Girl, but she's here to talk about the brand new Prime Video series that you got to watch. It is called We Were Liars. It's fucking crazy.
Crazy as fuck.
It is wild. Say hello to Emily Alyn Lind.
I don't know where I'm looking, but hey guys. Hello.
This is your first podcast,
My first podcast. Actually, no, I think I did one, but it was different than this. This is very official.
So what's the deal? You do play a lot of rich people, right?
I guess so.
Gossip Girl, you play somebody rich.
I do.
You definitely play somebody rich in this new PV series.
Yeah, that's two.
I mean, is there any more rich people?
Let's think. You know, there was a great movie I did when I was younger where, I don't know, it's Clark Rockefeller's story. It's a crazy story, and I played a little rich kid there. So I don't know. I think it's funny. I don't know. I feel I feel like those two characters were very different though. Like the character I played in Gossip Girl was just like owned it. Like was like, I'm this rich girl that like is known for being rich and is like everything she does is, you know, rich. And this character is like, I'm going to pretend that that's not the case, even though I am rich.
What do you think the fascination is with that sort of like side of society?
I think we love to see rich people and people with privilege being torn apart. Like I think that there's something about, you know, I said this before, so I thought it was funny, so I'll repeat it. It's like there's something about like you can have two islands in your kitchen and still be a sad person or still be whining, and it's so funny. Like I just think like there's just the limit for what they can complain about is, you know, there's no limit, you know, to what. I think it's an interesting aspect to that too, though, because it is kind of, I think it's relative to a situation, right? Where you can have all the money in the world, and once you have it, there's still going to be problems per se. Like, I don't know, maybe like Beyonce or something flying around on a private jet, but like that private jet becomes normal at a certain point, right? Like that just becomes your day to day, and then there's still problems with family, and there's still problems with, you know, stuff. I don't know. I just think it becomes your reality, and once your reality is like that, like you just don't see it for what it was. Like every time that we eat or, you know, drink water, we're not thinking, and I guess we probably should, about people that can't. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I'm going on a rampage, but
no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? Like this wealth becomes there every day.
Yeah.
And there are problems that come with that. Yeah. But they're actually problems that are mostly shared amongst everyone, right? They're just battling it while being hella rich.
Yeah.
And then there's also some
there's lots of problems you can fix, right? Like with being rich that others couldn't. Mm-hmm. So like basically everything can just slowly be can go away. You know, this phrase, go away, just make it go away. I feel like so many rich people say that, just make it go away. You know what I mean? Whereas like the general population doesn't have the luxury of anything just going away.
I will say, one of the great equalizers in society still is health to a certain degree. There is access to healthcare that comes with being rich that you can get that will save your life, but eventually, like, there are certain elements of that, like, you know, you can't cure everything.
Well, it's not like, I mean, there's no cure for cancer, and you can't tell me otherwise. People think there is, but there's no cure for cancer. And that's not going to just be like, say, you know, Trump gets cancer, you know, it's not going to be like, oh, wait, now he doesn't have cancer because he gets the cure. Like, I don't believe in that specifically, but there is like such a divide, I will say, and even filming in Canada and when I film, you know, in London and film in the UK, like it is crazy to see. I mean, like even out here, there's these places that you can go into 24/7. You pay a very premium subscription, and and it's basically avoiding the hospital. So you go in there, and they have MRIs, and they have 24/7 imaging, and they're just like promoting the fact that you don't even have to go across the street and wait 8 hours. They have everyone there. They've ER trained people. And so there is an aspect to it, and I've seen it too, especially when you get sick on set, where they will just we call them Dr. Feelgoods, because you can't be sick, you can't lose your voice, you can't do it. So a lot of times you're there, and a lot of singers have this too, but you lose your voice and they come and they just shoot a steroid in your butt, and your voice is clear and you're definitely not sick. But this is just it comes with so many side effects over the years, and but it really is just sustaining a person, and this goes back into old Hollywood.
I mean, literally,
yeah,
dude, Wizard of Oz was built on
that's
Judy Garland being sustained.
It's just about sustaining these people, right? So it's that's a weird thing about actors, and something that I've always found interesting and kind of disturbing is just the fact that, there are no sick days, there are no bad days.
I mean, and that is both witnessed and lived throughout your life, because everyone in your house, quite literally,
everyone
acts or does some part of making
juggles
TV movies.
I call my family a circus family. We're just so ridiculous. It's insane.
It's real though.
Yeah, it is real.
I mean, even all
it's
your
it's a weird thing, and I feel it's so interesting because people talk about nepotism a lot recently, right? And I think I got this question, what's it feel like to be a nepotism baby? And I was oh, it's so great. Because I don't know what I would have done. And I don't know, if nepotism, I think nepotism is weird, and it kind of has a weird connotation, because there's I don't know exactly what it means, because I think a lot of people think it's I guess you could answer this question, but does it mean you just have a famous family member and then they like help you open doors, basically? Is that kind of what Nepo babies are,
I believe
basically?
so,
okay,
yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't say I have it to the extent of I don't know, I'm not gonna drop names or something like that right now, but I would say it doesn't matter, because if anything, I had it better. My family was we're gonna drive you to auditions, we're going to sit there when you do your commercial auditions. I used to have 12 commercial auditions a day, and I'm gonna homeschool you. I'm gonna my mom homeschooled all of us. And I'm going to support you, and I'm going to hold you when you cry, when you don't get something. If that's not, I think that makes me feel I don't know. I think it's really important to say that is something that I am grateful and understand and aware of, because a lot of people are no, I didn't have help. But then I have, my co-star in this, Shabam, who submitted himself on backstage for this role, this lead role. His family had no idea. He was studying econ. He lived in Dubai, and then he got this role. And how scary is that, to just jump on a plane and have no one supporting you? And that made me just want to give him all the love and introduce him to my mom and all of that stuff, because that's not when I realized. I knew I always had help, and that this was
Yeah, but driving you to auditions, would that be considered nepotism? I don't think so. I mean,
you still have to work hard and prove yourself.
Sure, but I guess also my mom just was very, she knew the industry though.
Yeah.
It's not that she knew the producers or the directors of anything that I ever got or anything like that, but I think that that's what I'm asking. I don't know if that word would work.
Yeah,
I guess I don't fit the categories. Or
at the end, at the end of the day, it's more of is your and you, Dan, Nepo babies. You're very pro Nepo, so
I have a large collection of Nepos in my life.
Yeah.
So my question to you is nepotism the leveraging of these assets
or the support? I don't know. I just think it falls in the same category of understanding that you have support in a way that others wouldn't to get into this industry.
Or access.
Access in my case would be the fact that my mother went through getting an agent for the first time. She went through that. So though we didn't know specifically the agency to bring me to or anything like that, it's I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to say that I just watching Shabam on this show is just so cool because he just jumped into I just think it's like I could not imagine what it would be like to just do this, and just decide to do this as a young person and go with it.
But do you remember the moment where you actually decided to do this? Because you started when you were so young.
5, yeah.
But there's 2 moments in that,
Yeah.
right? Like at 5, you really you could want to as a child,
Of course.
but that's different than wanting to as an adult.
Of course, right? I knew I wanted to as a child for sure, though, because I remember the first film I did, I had a very interesting introduction to the industry. The first film I did was Enter the Void, Gaspar Noé. So, I mean, like, which was an NC-17 film, basically. I did not do anything NC-17. That's really creepy. But it was, it was a big, festival film, and it's kind of a really big film that a lot of film nerds love now to this day, and really dark subject matter. And I remember, going off and doing that, and it was like the first audition or second audition I ever done at 5, and it was the only time that Gaspar had kids in his movie. And what an amazing experience that was. It was just like improvise, have fun, do this, do that. Like, you get all this makeup, this prosthetics, or you're in a car crash. I loved watching TCM when I was younger, so I watched a lot of Turner Classic Movies, and I loved noir films, and I loved the drama, but I also loved like sneaking and watching really scary movies too. Late at night, like if I was like Disney was on, I'd switch the channels or something like that. And I think I had a VHS of something like maybe it might have been Rosemary's Baby or something. And I remember my grandfather showed me The Shining. So I was really into like all of this stuff. I kind of like loved the idea of make believe, like pain and like fear, and I just thought it was funny. I just was like, I could scream and shout and all of these things, and I can laugh afterwards. So I was basically a little psychopath.
Is it true that you watch 12 movies a week or something?
Yeah. Oh, you heard? Oh my God. Yeah, I do. I'm a very big movie fanatic. It's all I really do. I mean, I love movies.
I mean, to keep up with that pace, 1, are you rewatching films? And 2, I mean, do you go back to like the 1900s?
Yeah, of course. And there's no rewatching films. I rewatch films all the time, but like I don't really like to rewatch. I don't think I'm going to rewatch my show or anything like that. I've never rewatched anything I've ever been in. It's just like, oh my God, I've already seen it. There's so much to see, like 1900s to, now it's like there's so much to see. I mean, when I discovered pre-code, which was a time period before like basically this, the rules came in from the studios that you remember at a certain point, movies turned from like, you could be basically doing things that you can't even do in movies nowadays in the pre-code era. And
like
then, I mean, there was just, nudity and like group sex and like all these things that were just like so very Roman-esque, you know what I mean? It was just like extreme. And that existed, before like all of the, you call skin flicks or sexploitation films in the 60s and 70s, came around. That existed in the early, 1920s, whatever. Then they had the break where they were like, now you actually have to sleep. You're not going to just like you're not going to turn the dial down a little bit. You're going to actually sleep in separate beds, and you see all these old films in black and white or whatever, and the married couples are in two separate beds. Like, it's so ridiculous. And then that, it's just interesting how a generation kind of goes into this crazy circle.
You can tell so much about history and society through media.
You can, yeah.
It's literally, I mean, it should be the perfect capture.
It is, and I think it's so important, and I think it's like should be more a part of like curriculums at school, and some schools do it. But like, I mean, yeah.
Did you go to
college? I watched
college?
Come and See for the first time recently, and it's the most, like, it was the biggest history lesson I've ever had on, the Germans invading Russia, Belarusia. Like, it was like the most beautiful film of all time, and it's known as one of the greatest, and I'd never seen it. And I was like, this changed my life. I know more about this now than I would have ever known if I went to school,
You didn't go to school?
I was homeschooled, and I didn't go to college. I was very, very, very. I had cool teachers that were like my parents, and I basically they were like, if you're reading and you're writing, and this is what you want to do, then kind of just go off of that and like pass your tests. But like geometry is not going to be your life, so like chill. We don't just pass the test. As long as you pass it, you don't have to like love it.
And clearly, passion fuels your need for knowledge.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Why don't you watch your own projects? Is it because there's too much to watch, or you just don't like watching yourself?
I watch them. I just don't rewatch them.
Okay.
So when you rewatch this PV series, do you have notes? What do you think?
I might rewatch this because it's I had when I watched the first copy, it was like there was a watermark, so of course. But then I went and saw the 2 screenings of it, and I saw the first 2 episodes in a big screen, and obviously it's the best way to see anything, so I don't really want to blur the image of mind. It's kind of interesting watching things on different formats, and maybe this is why I have a hard time rewatching, is because I always remember the movie from the last time I had seen it and the first time I had seen it. So like if I will rewatch some films like that I love so much. All the time. I've rewatched The Social Network probably 100 times just because I can quote it so well. No Country for Old Men, I've rewatched a lot of times. In a Lonely Place, my favorite film, I've rewatched a lot of times. There'll Be Blood, I've rewatched a lot of times. Again, Social Network, ton of Finch. Gone Girl, million times. And these are just projects though that I put on when I want to be creative and start writing. These are just like things that make me feel, or the score at least of the film, that just make me feel like, oh God, this is what I want to do, because that's my goal in life, is to write and direct. So
at what point can you take all these skills that you've acquired and translate that into something tangible? Because like I would think based on your resume that you could write something.
Oh, I have written some
and get something
things
picked up, and then or even direct an episode of a show or a series you're in.
Yeah, that's the goal. To me, I think the main thing is, it's an interesting journey. Putting something out that's your own, and it's a different, it's different than someone else putting something out, and you're basically just the puppet in it, or you're the actor. Same difference. And if it goes wrong, it's like whatever. It's like not all the blame goes on you.
Do you think an actor could like there is this adage of like an actor can only do what they can do with words, and if it's something is shit, it really is the writer to blame? Is that true?
I think that the best actors are people that have done well under with terrible dialogue or a terrible script, and if it and you don't know if it was bad or not. And I read a lot of scripts that I like to collect scripts. So I've read a lot of, early draft, read every Tarantino script. What a nutcase. Absolutely obsessed with how he writes, 300 pages or something,
That's crazy.
It's just so fun when you get to be successful and also just be crazy at the same time and not like follow the industry standards, right? It's like, that's the goal, but not everyone gets to do that. That being said, I've read a lot of scripts and watched a lot of movies prior to reading the scripts. I'll order them on eBay. I'll bid. I'll do the whole thing. Read one of the first drafts. There's always one of the first drafts you want to get your hands on, and I'll be like, this writing is so goddamn awful. This is one of my favorite movies. What the actual fuck? Because it's like these actors have really been able to get in there and do it. That being said, this show, I feel like this show that I just did was there was some great writing, and also it's an adaptation. So there was great writing that was already, down the totem pole of like from the book to the it's on screen, episodic to the scripts for the episodes, and then to our mouths. And there was some. Yeah, they wanted us to stick to the script a lot in this one though, because it was staying true to the book as much as they could. So I understand that.
Can you describe the series for somebody who hasn't watched it?
Yeah, Real Liars is a TV show following a young woman named Cadence Sinclair. What?
Sorry, does it sound like somebody's like revving an engine?
Yeah, there's music production going on the wall behind it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get it figured out.
Sorry, Drake's next door.
It's
Big Sean.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he's been a friend for 11 years. They'll understand.
I'm trying to figure it out right now.
Hey, Big Sean, we're trying to tell everyone the backstory of We Were Liars.
Yeah, can you understand that like the Studio 126 here at the Amazon campus is a multi-use, multi-dimensional
I love
space.
it.
You know
Well, it's
what I mean?
okay. I mean, it's a factoid like that. That's Big Sean. Don't worry. It's not it's not like just a leaf blower or something.
It did sound like that, right?
It did sound like a leaf blower.
Anyway,
Which
We Were
is
Liars.
one of my favorite things to hate. I hate leaf blowers so much.
Because really it's just
They
like
really annoy me.
it also doesn't do much. Like all it's doing is spreading around the mess.
I hate leaf blowers. I hate them
deceptive.
so much. I don't know what makes me so angry about them, and it makes me feel awful because I'm like, people are doing their job or fixing their lawn, but again, they're very noisy and they're just really annoying. I don't know why.
But again, I don't feel like
They're not doing anything.
the noise doesn't justify
They're
the
just
outcome.
throwing it in the other corner.
Yes.
And then
It's like, ooh, go to the air. It just like it looks like you're
and then
doing
it's
something.
and then the fumes and everything, but mostly just the sound.
I understand.
I could just ever do a fucking self tape and you got a leaf blower in the background. You just want to just anyway. What was I saying? We Were Liars is a show about a young girl, Cadence Sinclair, who goes back to her private island every year that is owned by her media mogul grandfather, Harris Sinclair. And every year is a beautiful summer vacation with her and her cousins and this boy, Gat, who is a friend turned romance for her. And then one day, something happens and she loses all of her memory and has amnesia. And so she cannot remember what happened the night of her accident. And so she goes back, she's hospitalized, and she goes back the next year to kind of discover what happened and why everyone is, what she thinks is lying to her about the accident. No one will tell her what happened. And so it's kind of a non-linear, there's lots of flashbacks, and we go between what we call summer 16 and summer 17, trying to piece together these fragmented memories. Yeah, so there's multi layers to the show. It's very fun, beautiful, romantic.
It's fun?
And then it's also very depressing, sad, and disturbing. So yeah, you get both.
A lot of death.
Are we doing this? Are you talking about this?
I mean,
You killed your whole family.
Well, are you going to say spoiler?
I mean,
don't ruin it for everyone.
No, we'll put a giant thing on the screen.
Yeah, okay, great.
Spoiler
Spoiler!
Alert.
Yeah, so there you go.
You murdered your family.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
You murdered Gat.
Fine. I did it.
You murdered dogs.
You're like a detective right now, you know, in those you know when someone's taking the stand and they're trying to get a confession? Fine. No, it's pretty fucking rough.
It is
I didn't
wild.
write it. Jeez.
What was your thought when you first read the book?
Oh my God. I was like, gee, I was like, this is balls to the wall. It's crazy. Like this woman, Emily Lockhart, like she might look sweet and everything and all these books she's writing, but she has something else going on underneath there. Like she's some darkness in her. Like this is actually crazy. I mean, I don't know. Killing kids is really like killing dogs, killing kids. It's like one of those things you kind of just like, it's rare. It's rare on TV.
She was on set, right?
Oh yeah, she was there like the whole time.
What is that like working in tandem with an author?
So yeah, I mean, and you say it like interesting, like it is interesting, and I thought it would be interesting, and I don't know, but she was just so wonderful and so chill on set. Like she was just there, and it was like it felt nice to get a nod of approval. And there's a few times where she cried, and I thought, oh wow, I've done it. I've done my job.
I mean, you're bringing to life something that has lived in her brain,
It's weird.
in her mind forever.
I think it would be amazing. Right? I mean, it's like when every writer out there, right, with like screenwriting, if you're, you know, but like this has been a part of her life for a long time, and it's a book, so it's such long form. And these characters, like she just poofed them into life, and like there's so much detail, you know, on this island and all these people, and I don't know, it's a franchise too. So she's like, you know, not only written this book, but she has a prequel to the Family of Liars, and so this is a big this is like, you know, a world she's lived in forever. And so I won't say the casting process was swift or easy, you know. They made me fight for it. Like I auditioned and they said they liked me, and then they were going to chemistry read me. Then a year passed because of the writer's strike, and then I went and did a chemistry read on Zoom and another chemistry read, and they're like, we might go another, and then they're like, oh no, we want you back. Anyway, so they put me through the ringer for it, which is always fun because it feels a lot better to like fight for something. I don't know. When you finally get it, it feels like really cool.
Yeah, the reward is
so much sweeter. But yeah, so I mean, I was like, if they've put so much time and they've really narrowed it down, and they say that, you know, they saw so many people and they were like, we really realized it was you. So I was like, okay, so this gives me a little bit more comfort about coming to set, because if you would have made that decision right away, like, and regretted it, like you took a year, you can't regret it now.
I mean, what was the toughest part about playing this character?
I think it was I think the amnesia storyline is, you know, generally what was the hardest part was just kind of going from knowing everything to knowing nothing, right? Because it's like we are filming these episodes and we're doing Summer 16, I have blonde flowing hair, and it's kind of like the decipher of like these summers is having me hair. Basically having a wig and then not having but you know, the days were like morning time, blonde hair, Summer 16, no amnesia, no problems, just family drama obviously, but like my biggest problem that day was like the boy that I like is dating another girl, like, and then next summer it's like, that's not your biggest problem, everyone's dead. But like I had to do that on the same day, you know.
Really?
Oh yeah. Interesting enough, like people I don't think realize a lot of the time how filming works, because it's so weird these days, especially with TV. So you're shooting a lot of the times 2 episodes simultaneously at the same time as well, right? Did we do that on this show? I know I did it on Gossip Girl. Right. Were we doing that on this show? Yeah, I think we were. Where we're like literally shooting. So every 2 episodes, well, on this one, Nzinga, our pilot director, did just the pilot. Then Julie Pleck did the second episode. And then for 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, we had 3 separate directors. But they were shooting simultaneously, like episode 3 and 4. So it'd not only just be like daytime blonde hair, you know, nighttime amnesia, black hair. It would be like daytime 103 and nighttime 104. Like it's a weird. It's so in general, like doing a TV show these days. Like once they picked up on that, kind of like studios picked up on that. The way the time element of how they can just like basically get a lot more done if they do it that way. They're like, yep, it's cheaper, it's better, and they can figure it out. But it's fine. I like a challenge.
There's so many times in this like television film where it's just like figure it out.
Right. Trust me, I get you. So much of it was like, did you watch it?
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's watched the entire thing.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What did you think?
Well, I was writing down notes to ask you questions, and then I saw the finale, and I said, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Because like, you just weren't expecting it. Like, the whole time you're trying to figure out.
You were like so excited to grill me like about it. I love it.
Yeah, you're like, who actually hurt her? And then you're like, oh, she hurt herself, basically.
Yeah. Well, I like that take. Yeah, she did.
What's his name? Shabam?
Shabam.
Did you guys have chemistry instantly, or did that take a bit to build?
Yeah, no, I just like felt really protective of him from the start, because like we were talking about earlier, like he didn't have anyone, and he was like, you know, coming from he never stepped a foot on a set before, and I wanted him to know that, and I also didn't want him to feel like I was overprotected. We needed to have this like romance, you know, and I'm not trying to be like, I'm your age and I'm trying to like baby you in any way. Like that wasn't what I was trying to do. I just wanted him to know that like this is so weird that you have to get into this, and I've been doing this my whole life, and like I just want you to feel prepared and ready, and I'm here for you, like for anything you need. But I remember the one day we were supposed to go and do a rehearsal with Nzinga. It was our amazing pilot director, and it was like an hour away, so I was like, I'm picking you up, and I just like, we'll be stuck in a car together. So I find that it's interesting, like on with this chemistry question on TV and movie and everything, actors are weird because you have to just bond instantly. You know what I mean? Like you just have to, like
what if you don't?
I mean, you kind of have to fake it, you know? Like, I don't know. I've done shows where, you know, I don't bond with someone and they're not going to be my friend for the rest of my life, but you just show up and do it. And I've been pretty lucky that people are pretty great. I don't, you know, sometimes a lot of the time it's usually like not bonding specifically with certain, you know, people and crew members or something like that. Because I don't know, I spend more time with the crew usually than actors, generally, I guess. So it's interesting, but
do you learn anything about your craft through somebody who's done it? This is their first thing.
Oh yeah, you do, right? Because you're seeing someone see it for the first time, and you're seeing how amazing everything is to them through their eyes, and like, what? Like, yeah, you're right. It is pretty fucking great what we get to do. So, I always say that the main goal in life, you know, is to stay vulnerable through everything. You know, I think that that's how we learn. Vulnerability is the key to evolution, right? They say this about octopus, like that they were shell-less creatures that had, you know, they were completely shell-less. They had no way to protect themselves. So over time, with evolution, because they were vulnerable, because they had nothing to protect themselves, they actually had superpowers. They evolved at a rate that was so expedited, just through the fact that they didn't have a protective shell around them. And I know that that's poetic and funny and silly, but I find that is it is true. And it's easy to find yourself becoming hard in this industry, especially as a woman, and especially as a woman like me, who is very, very, very cynical sometimes, just because I've been doing this for a long time. I grew up around like really angry people, not my family, but just really, they were always so happy and whatever. But I grew up around like some of my favorite directors, writers, and people were like old men who were writers, and like they're like, you know, their lives were like shattered through abuse of substance and people not understanding and having to ghostwrite because no one understood their thing. But then they had also written something that I won't even say, but like had, you know, been one of the biggest movies of all time. And I was just like, give me advice. And they were just so cynical about don't do it, you know, but I was also like, that just makes me want to do it more. And so I liked being surrounded by that. I don't know why, but I loved the wisdom of the older generations, and I just connected with it in a way. And so I just have always had to tell myself, stay vulnerable, stay excited. And I saw that through Strabom, and it was really, really beautiful, and it, you know, helped me.
The lack of like being jaded is
it's really hard. Jaded is not hard. I'm sorry. I said jaded's fucking stupid. People are jaded or stupid. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I find it ridiculous. I mean, you can be annoyed. You can feel cynical about things. You cannot trust people. But like, I don't know what anyone thinks is going to happen, because I worked with Sam Elliott when I was really young, and I did this movie called November Christmas, and it was a Hallmark movie. It was a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, and it was with Sarah Paulson, John Corbett, Karen Allen, and Sam Elliott.
Holy shit.
And I went up to Sam and I said, you know, not to be rude or anything, but why are you doing this Hallmark Hall of Fame movie? And he said, my mother said, because he's very close to his mother, he said, you never know when the next job is going to come. You know, you never know when you're going to fall off and no one's going to want you. And I said, okay, like, there you go. That's
Real.
true. And that has been a constant in my entire career. It's just so stupid to be jaded because you are going to ebb and flow. Sometimes you're never going to go back up, especially if you have a bad fucking attitude and you're rude to people.
Real.
It's so dumb to be an asshole. Yeah, sorry.
So true.
Yeah. Because it's just like, it doesn't stay. I mean, it doesn't stay. And in this world, I mean, you used to be able to always, now I'm always going back to like the early, like in the 30s and stuff. You had a studio, right? So it's almost like you were attached to a deal that you were stuck to that studio and you knew you were going to work. It was a lot like being attached to a series, not nowadays because not a lot of stuff gets picked up unless it's popular because we have this media that is so expensive to make. TV used to be cheap and fast and 24 episodes and in
crazy,
bulk.
Right?
I mean, we're making stuff at like these days, with budgets of movies. So it's 8 episodes and it took 2 years to make and put out. That's a movie schedule. So there you go,
Do you wish you existed, not maybe in the 1900s when they were like studios were more like teams and you were attached to a studio and put with the same people across a bunch of different projects?
Which is hard, yeah.
But more of like this era of like 26 episodes, 22 episodes were the standard.
You think I would want to be a part of that?
No?
No way.
There's a lot of consistency and safety.
I don't like
in
consistency and I don't like safety. I hate it. I mean, even signing up for a series is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, but a series is 8 episodes these days.
That's fine.
Did you ever ask your mom about it? Didn't she do like 100, 200 episodes of One Tree Hill?
Yes. And that was like, oh my God, I'm so young and I just don't want to be. I was like a child going, I'll never do TV because I just wanted change. I loved it. I thrived with it. I wanted to work with new directors. I don't like the idea of how TV used to be in this way of like, and it's why it used to be. That's why TV these days. That's why you have all these big actors doing TV these days. Is like it's not the same as it used to be. And when I say that, I mean like you have a storyline. It can only go on for so long until you're picked up again and you just have to start adding things that weren't your original brilliant idea. So like I like the medium now where it doesn't feel like, because they're putting so much money into it, and that's the only reason it won't be renewed if it's not good, if it's not popular, is the money aspect. So for me, I just like it because it's like, if it's not, we're not going to be stuck on something that's, just not good. Basically, I'm not saying that everything that's popular is good. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like, I like the idea that like there's a lot of stakes. They're not just renewing TV shows that no one's heard of or no one's seen, and they're just like whatever. It's a write-off. They're really putting their whole entire entity of a studio behind it, like they would a theatrical release.
Would you do another season of We Were Liars?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that. That's just because there was so much, it was a powerhouse of women attached to it. Like Julie Plec and Karina are just really good at their jobs. And I feel like I look up to them a lot and they scare me. And that means I look up to them.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good to be scared by women. I love it.
Do you like your character? Do you like Candace?
Cadence.
You got an extra name.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were giving me a dramatic do you like Candace King? I'm like, let's go into that.
I'm like very dyslexic.
Don't worry about it. It's kind of confusing because I have Candace and Cadence. Like, anyway, yeah, I don't love her, but I love her. I think that she has very. I love that she's how flawed she is, and I love how it was written because it's like. Just an unreliable narrator and kind of an unaware protagonist, right? Like she said it's a lot of the stuff that she goes through and the stuff that she's learning, she should have learned before. And so she's kind of performative in a sense. You know what I mean? There's one episode that I think they cut this line out, actually. They did, and I actually fought. I don't know if I fought to keep it or cut it, maybe it is in the show, but there's one line where I'm like, I think I say to my mom, like, I'm trying to stand up for the right thing and use my privilege for the good and something like that. And I was like, it's all in the way you play it, because like there's so many characters out there that exist in media in the media right now that are like actually like the story is trying to sell you that they're like actually, you know, met or in love with an Indian kid, and therefore she is absolutely woke and knows everything and better than all of her family and just completely separate. And it's just not the case. Like, this girl is not that, you know, she's still the Caden Sinclair who lives in Connecticut or lives in, you know, in these big houses and is surrounded by this wealthy family and is basically like, you know, an offspring of these extremely terrible people. And racist people basically. So it's interesting. I have a really weird relationship with her, but I think it really just had to do with like this is a character that is real in life, right? Like there are people out there that want to be performative in their social justice and their I don't know, the way that they show support or allyship is a interesting subject, I guess. But I think that Cadence has a lot of that. And, you know, it's because she loves a boy that she learns all of these things. So she can be kind of a little annoying. But at the end, I think that through like her family dying and everything and killing everyone, she definitely learns a lesson there.
Gat's dead.
Yeah, and Gat's dead. So.
And by the way, this is just because of inheritance. It's like...
This is what do you mean?
Like the reason why she's looking to burn a house down. Like her motives are interesting.
No, I mean, I think that they, you know, the reason that they all decide to do it, but mostly another reason I think Cadence's privilege shines through. And when I say like earlier, I said just end it, or just what, I don't remember exactly what I said. Just make it go away kind of thing. She has that mentality, right? So it's like when this house is, when everything is going wrong in her family and she's like, oh my God, I just realized that my grandfather's racist and he hates my boyfriend and he's kind of a shitty guy and everything kind of sucks and is materialistic, then okay, let's burn the house down. And it is a very privileged way to think, obviously. So I think there is metaphorically something there and figuratively something there as well, obviously. But it is a very privileged way to think that this is just really one layer, right? To be able to burn down all of these things that they have is not going to burn down the legacy. It's not going to burn down their family. I mean, it's like it would be a different case if you killed your grandfather, maybe, you know, or killed your family, but maybe not just the house. But they are drunk and they go and they decide, or she decides, and they all agree to go burn their house down, to rid it of all of these material items and all of this shit that had built up. And they're 16, so there's our excuse, right? They're drunk and they're 16. She wants to do something, right? And God's like, I don't know, like maybe they'll blame me. Like, have you ever thought about that? And she's like, they won't blame you. Don't worry, baby. And it's fine, because the truth is like I'm saying, like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with characters not being perfect or wrong. You know what I mean? Like, your protagonist can be an idiot, and that's okay.
They
they
kind of should.
They should be, because it's like I think that it's ridiculous when people are like, I didn't like them, or these characters are unlikable. Yes, they're supposed to be. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't watch TV to like a character. Heath Ledger in The Joker was too likable. I mean, that started, like, some crazy shit came from that, but that just shows you, and I think a lot of men get to do that, and women don't get to as much, because then they're kind of just like bitches or annoying or whatever. But like, I love it. I love the movie Margaret, if you've ever seen it. It's just another movie that it's so good. It's young Anna Paquin. I was talking about this earlier. She's just like this flawed inside and out character. She kills it. And I love characters like that. Yeah. Anyway, I lost my train of thought.
How much of your skill is built on being a student of watching and understanding other things?
Everything.
It's cool.
Everything, it comes from movies, and everything, and social interaction. Like, I've never been classically trained. I've never taken acting class in my life. I've never, done any of that stuff. So I really, my interaction with people and my love for movies is really just that's just what I am constantly, absorbing. I love to listen to people, though I know I'm talking a lot in this because that's my job in this moment. But I would love to hear more about you guys.
No. That's a really cool way to learn. It's a cool way to
you can learn anything by listening.
Do you enjoy like reboots and continuations? Because you seem to do a couple of them.
I know, right? I like a job.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, and I've actually kind of like touched on this subject in a lot of conversations with friends and people in the media, because I wonder if it's just like the studios that want to do it, or if the fans actually really want that. You know what I mean? Because there seems to be a lot of complaining that happens when we get reboots or continuations or remakes.
Studios just want anything that's proven. Networks
Right.
want things
Absolutely.
that are
And I think I think a better way to do that is definitely adaptations, because, and that's why it was so cool, because this is, we can take adaptations all the way back to The Godfather, like no one is going to say that, or American Psycho, like these are classic films, and they're not like, they're books, but like that's been done forever, and that's okay. You know what I mean? But like, I think that it is different when 20 years passes and you just do another version of something else. But it has hype, and actors want to act, they want to work, and I think it's different depending on if the main. There's one caveat when it comes down to the main. So, like, for example, if there was a book, like, and then in 1985 they made a movie, and then there's a show or something that comes back. I think they're doing this with Age of Innocence right now. I think it's going to be really cool. They're taking from this, the original book. So I also think that if you have really cool people around it, like the source material still came from a book, so you should be allowed to do that because you could have your own take on it if it comes from a book. That being said, if it's just an original TV show like Gossip Girl and having a continuation of it, I don't know.
Do you ask yourself these questions when you're offered the role or filming the show?
Obviously, yeah, 100%. I do. I think it's weird because I loved, what a great experience. I'm not complaining about anything I've done. I really love it. I have a different side of myself because I'm a viewer too, and I'm a fan too. And I have every movie membership to every theater you could go to, and you would never recognize me because I have no makeup on and a hoodie. And I go and I watch movies and I movie hop. I don't have to because I have memberships. But anyway, I watch everything, and I watch everything at home, and I watch everything, and I go on. The only thing I look on is like movies. And so it's just like interesting. And I surround myself with nerds that like movies too, and like have literally rated my movies as like 1 star on Letterboxd. It's so funny. Like, and they won't change it. I do, yes.
Do you review movies?
I do. I mean, I don't review movies on my Letterboxd is my public Letterboxd.
Got it. You have a private Letterboxd?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
No one will ever find me. I talk so much shit.
Wow.
Are you offended when your friends give you a low rating?
No, I think it's funny because I think it's like they're not going to lie.
Yeah, they're fans, I guess.
Yeah, no, and it's funny to me but I'm like, you fuckers. I'm like so scared. They're just honest, and that's how nerdy they are.
I respect the honesty.
Charlie, I'm looking at you.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie, looking at you.
You like Nicole Kidman?
Oh, fuck, I love Nicole. How do you know that?
You posted a photo of her on your Instagram.
Oh, I did? Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's the goat.
How do you know that?
How do you know that? Who doesn't? She's the goat. She's done everything right in her career. I mean, I don't know.
The TV show
career.
choices are crazy.
They're weird
good.
choices, but I love Nicole Kidman. When she did, when she worked with Stanley Kubrick and Tom Cruise did the same thing, and that's why they're fucking amazing. is they worked with Stanley Kubrick. They did Eyes Wide Shut. They were two of the biggest movie stars of all time. That movie took, I don't even know how long to make, but they had to keep on going back and forth and re-picking up this movie, but they wanted to work with Kubrick. Two of the biggest movie stars in the world at the time, if not the biggest. And then Nicole Kidman decides, I'm going to go do Dogville with Lars von Trier. And I'm going to be filmed on a VHS tape and basically, be sexually assaulted and torn apart for the matter of however long this movie is. It's just like the most, and we're going to be in one room the entire time with no walls. And I'm going to do this, and I don't know this guy. And they had this insane, if you watch Dogville, it's one of my favorite movies, but if you watch the behind the scenes, it's the most amazing thing ever. He had literally had a confession booth set up, Lars von Trier, where he had a video camera in there. Whenever the cast was feeling emotional because they didn't know what was going on or something, they'd go in there and they'd go, and there's a video of Nicole going, yes, I don't know what's happening really, but I hope I'm doing okay, and it's just kind of weird, and she's just so down with it. Like the choices she's made, the director she's worked with, she did the right thing. It's the Mikey Madison not doing Star Wars. It's the it's the moment when you take off that you decide, okay, I took off for this serious role. I won an Oscar. I'm not going to go into the big franchises, like no matter what the dollar sign says.
Do you think those actresses and actors still exist in LA today? Like, do these projects even exist?
I think Mikey
like
Madison did it.
Yeah.
I think she did it. I think she's a fucking star. I think that I want to do it. I just think that, I haven't had my moment to do that really. I don't know if I ever will. And in that case, I want to be, I just want to direct. I really want to direct, and I want to write. I'm a better director than I am, I think, a writer, but I can get by. And yeah, that's kind of like where I want to go, but I also really want to do projects that make me feel good. And I'd never done a project like this one that I just did. This is YA genre, but when I read it, I was like, this is so fun, and I know the tone of this, and I know that the people that are making this are going to do it right. And I wanted to be a part of something that felt like it was going to be seamless and that it felt like it was going to be nostalgic. And I felt like TV really wanted something like this. And it was like I really liked the dual storyline, and I liked the writer, and, actors want to work. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I had a 1,000 things on my desk and I chose to do this one. I was very excited. Actually, I did choose to do this one over something else. There was 2 offers. But I did. Very cool. It always, it's so funny. It sometimes happens like that, but rarely. And that's cool. And I get to do this, and I feel very proud of it. And I feel very proud to be even sitting here with you guys. I'm not jaded at all. I can promise you I'm not jaded. A lot of actors act like they have so many things going on and they have a 0. So I'm just saying, I want to be busy. I just also think it's really cool because this, I want to do, I'm not even at I've been doing it forever, but there's a difference between being a child actor and being a normal adult actor. So I just feel like I'm at the beginning of my career,
Because you are.
I am, and I just want to, I don't know, I just want to make good stuff, and I want to make classics, I want to make movies that changed, the ones that changed my life when I was a kid, and those are the movies that I want to make.
How often do you go out on auditions?
You don't really go out on auditions
self-tapes?
because self-tapes, yeah. I don't know, kind of often, but it depends because when you're filming, a series, then you're tied up for 6 years.
Yeah.
Technically, you have to sign a contract for 6 years unless it's a limited series. So then you're kind of not allowed to really audition for anything that's not a limited series or a movie without you can't do until it's canceled. You can't go and do auditions for a regular on a series.
Have you ever competed with your sisters for a role?
Yeah, I have, yeah. But it's not competition.
We
don't call it competition. No.
What do you call it?
We call it fighting for your life.
Survival.
Yeah, we just call it survival of the fittest. No, I don't know, dude. It's weird. I have a baby sister. She's literally like 5 years younger than me. And
Oh, dude, those are the worst to compete against.
I know, right? No, she's. What am I gonna say? I've never had competition with my sisters. It's weird. We just don't. We know we're all different, and it is what it is. Though she is growing older and getting like a lot of like the same auditions as I am, so it's kind of crazy. But I don't know. There's something about it. She's my baby sister. There's no one I love more in the world. That is kind of like a motherly thing where I'm like, I'd rather her get something if she likes it than I. I don't care.
Interesting.
That's how much love I have for her. I promise. I don't feel competition with my sisters. And I'm not lying. I would tell you if I did.
It's wild.
People want us to, but we don't.
It's just wild that you all do it.
I know, it's weird.
Like there wasn't one outlier.
I just don't know any other world. It must be so cool to like have someone in your family that doesn't do it. And they're like, what the fuck?
What does your dad do? Is he a producer, director,
yeah,
right?
He's a producer. He's an AD.
Cool.
He's the first AD. Yeah. Does like a bunch of stuff. Like stunts and stuff too.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he lives in Hawaii.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, is like true industry families, like, and most of it is like there are more circuses. You just don't know about them. Like the public doesn't know about them because, you know, a lot of them are behind the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
and that's where the real Nepo can come in.
I mean, people don't know about it. Like, dude, like I have a friend who like they did. I think the dog died, but they own like the Target dog.
No fucking way.
But they also do stunts and they also do animals and they'd all work on the same sets and it's like
and there's stunt families and there's stunt people. It's a lot like any other business sometimes where you all kind of jump in. I mean, I think it's like if you're in LA, you know.
And it's also a craft and a trade. So there's things to learn and pass down.
Yeah, of
right?
course. Absolutely.
And relationships to pass down.
Absolutely.
It could be a family business.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm wondering if there was like I met so many cool stunt people because of my dad. You know what I mean? Like who are the people that are in charge of your life. So it's good to be on their good side.
Casual.
Yeah.
What are you thinking over there?
Can we talk about your Instagram bio?
Okay.
It says, can't wait to get wrinkles. That's
been on there for so long.
Is it true?
I just like, now I'm like getting a few and I'm wondering if I should change it. Depending on how this lighting looks. That was just a cute, weird thing. Like, it was a thing I put when I was younger and God, I'm so bad at Instagram. But it came from the thing where I just was like another thing where I'm just like I love old people, kind of like I love their wisdom, I want their brain, and it's the idea of it is like I can't wait to be wise enough to understand this crazy world. I don't know. It's stupid.
Do you still use the Trader Joe's moisturizer?
I do.
Oh.
Every day.
I gotta look into that.
You really do, and I use their face wash every single day. It's the only thing I use.
You look great.
$5, but it's always sold out. And I go, should I have not said that? No, I don't have enough influence on the world. But dude, this shit is amazing, and it's $5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect.
Really great.
I respect Trader.
I love Trader Joe's.
He's a good guy. How many times did you think you jumped into the ocean during shooting?
Oh my God, like 15 times.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of times.
Were you the one jumping off the cliffs?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I jumped off shit, yeah.
No stunts.
There were some stunties, yeah. I did some stuff, but I did basically all my stunts, yeah.
One of our producers really wants to know about this viral Christmas photo of you at your house on the stairs that
Wait, what?
I believe your mom may have posted.
Oh my God, if you zoom into my face, I'm like,
yeah, you're holding the dog.
Wait, I need to see the photo.
Fucking hate family photos.
Yeah, you break down this photo for us.
Yeah, I'll break down this photo for you. No, it's just like literally insane. So my mom started dating this amazing man named Mark Anderson, and he happened to be a contestant on The Golden Bachelor. And he's like the most sweetest man, but also like so attractive.
Is he the Golden Bachelor or he was one of the contestants?
No, he would have, I think, been, but my mom swooped him up. She like slid into his DMs.
Damn, really? Gee.
She saw him and she was like, that's mine.
Wow. Does
They're
your mom
so happy. It's insane.
Does your mom still act?
Yeah, she does, but she's, she's kind of like supporting, like she's kind of like supported. Like my sister still, she goes with her because she's young, but yeah, she still acts. I want her to do more, because I think she's so brilliant, So I'm gonna push her to get back into it a little bit more, but she's so good.
So this Christmas photo,
I broke it down. Like we were
that was
all
it?
no, okay, so we were all like it was like it was like fucking blended family. All of a sudden, we were in Missouri.
Interesting.
My sister found an Airbnb there, and I'm not like a very festive person, to be honest, but
I get it.
I don't know. And I was like, I already thought I had a big family, but then, all of Mark's family came, and we had a blended family, like Brady Bunch Christmas, and it was really fun.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was really fun.
How'd you get to, why Missouri?
I don't know. That's my sister. She like wanted to go. It's an amazing place, though.
I
to
love
be
it.
honest, I don't know if you've been, but the town we were in. There's like a strip, and it's literally like Little Vegas. There's like a fake Titanic museum, like a full real life, real size Titanic there, like half of it.
Wait, what the?
Like going this way because it's sinking. And you can go in, and you can experience walking into the Titanic, like everything that they saw, and the real Titanic. And then there's like these crazy, there's like a zoo that you drive through. It literally looks like old Vegas, like going down, but it's all these like amusement things to do, and it was the craziest thing.
Where in Missouri?
I don't know.
Cameron, do you know? He's from St. Louis.
Oh, cool.
I've been to Kansas City a bunch.
Yeah, Kansas City. I have a lot of Midwestern family.
It's a good place.
Yeah.
It's a good place.
It's a good people.
What do you do for fun?
Why you say it like that?
I don't know. I just can't really figure it out.
I think
You
she
can't
just
figure
watches
me out.
movies.
That's what I mean. I feel like you just kind of hang around at home, watch movies.
Yeah, that's all I do. I do that. I like to watch movies. I don't know, dude.
No, it's fine.
I'm like so over doing anything in public. I go and see movies as well.
So I watch.
Did I mention
see
that?
movies.
It's really nice. Yeah, I like to see film projections.
Are you making music?
I make music for myself?
I mean, everyone should be making music for themselves
Yeah,
first.
but I'm just saying I'll never put it out.
Really?
I don't know. I will maybe, but I don't know. It's just too much. It's just too much stress to like the idea of that. It's just weird.
You released a song in 2019.
I did.
Castles.
Don't talk about that.
Okay.
Not that one.
There's a tantra practice.
There's that one.
That song was good.
That one's fine. That was like more like me. I was doing like a pop era thing for a second with
cool.
the Castles thing. I wrote an entire record for pop record with amazing people, but I just like didn't release it because it didn't feel right.
Was that pre-Gossip Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I was figuring it out music. I was like, that's what I want to do, and then I was just like, I don't really want to.
I remember watching your Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest, I only made it through a couple episodes.
Yes.
And it was in the middle. I was with a bunch of friends in the middle of COVID, and we were in Palm Springs.
Yeah, it's
like a very weird era of time.
It's so weird, and it's just like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I can't be. I'm not. That's a lie. I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, it was you made a lot of relevant jokes. I gotta say,
I did.
A lot of pop culture
I
jokes.
liked my character on that show. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah. I don't know. People like it or they don't. We gotta listen to the media.
By the way, go to Prime Video. You can watch We Were Liars.
Is that it?
No, I mean, it doesn't need to be it.
I feel like we need to end it on a happier note. I was like, people like what they like. Cat.
Very dramatic.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't hate it.
Okay. You guys are really cool, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
I
a
like
lot.
you guys. Can I ask you what you guys think of Nathan Fielder?
Oh, he's pretty great.
He's great. You guys should have him on.
I would literally give anything.
Like anything.
I think we've reached out, but also like
anything.
I mean, probably.
He's been going on he's been doing some stuff.
I saw him on CNN.
Yeah, on CNN. That was
He's
great.
He's incredible.
He goes, what did he say? They're stupid. They're dumb. Yeah, they're dumb. The aviation board, dumb. They're dumb. That's dumb. And I'm just like, you're a fucking genius. No, I mean, this new season of The Rehearsal just got me so good, you guys. Like,
it's really genius. And the amount of work that goes into the
he's
nuance.
Like flying a 737, like, it's like
nuts.
these planes, he's just flying them and like dropping them off. Like, who is this man? And everyone that I know that I'm in absolute love with him. It's so hard. Everyone that I know that like has met him is like, he's just so much like, he's just the same. Like, he's the same as he is.
Isn't that a beautiful thing?
I think it's great.
That's what we want
I'll
from the
accept
people.
him for who he is.
But I want that from the people we love in media.
I love it too.
I want them to be what I expect.
I mean, it's Lana Del Rey too.
True.
Like, she is. I would love that girl because she has stayed with this fucking thing forever. It's artists are people who stick to it. They stick to their thing.
Well, because they are the thing.
Well, I
It's
don't know if
inherently
that's
them.
always the case. I really don't. But that's maybe even a bigger element to it is like, you're so much your character, not even your character, but you're so much like there's another element to you that's not really you, but it's like you've sustained that through your entire career, and it's like you are your mastermind.
I get what you're
you've been
saying.
able to do
They
that.
create a character
Yeah.
of themselves to a certain degree. This like,
But they start to believe it, maybe,
well, at what point do you become what you create, or is what you're creating based on who you are?
We all have. I think we're all constantly having what's it called? Not identity crisis, but imposter syndrome.
Well, we're all evolving too.
And then also evolving, but also like you're playing, like actors are playing all these different roles sometimes two at once. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, do I have split?
Yes. Are you just like are you just a part of
I don't know.
a culmination of everything you've played? And then I also have this theory that
I don't
actors
know
are
because sometimes I change my voice depending on who I talk to.
See? But that's also very common. I think that's also a defense mechanism.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Today I haven't had any coffee, so I feel like I'm feeling normal. This is fun, though. This podcast situation makes me feel like I could just talk to you guys. It's very dangerous because I could just say anything. It's too chill.
No, but you can look at it at the end of it.
I'm just looking at your guys' eyes and thinking I would have a fun going to dinner with you guys or seeing a movie, so...
I'll go to dinner. Dude, sometimes I fall asleep in movies.
Oh, God, why do you do what you do? Why do you talk to...
You guys, we didn't know it.
No, but
Like,
I can't do a movie theater. It's a somber thing for me. Like I go to the
You
iPic.
don't go to movie theaters.
No, I do. But dude, even Lilo and Stitch, I fell asleep. You see Lilo and Stitch?
Oh, I didn't, but I
Oh, that
actually
shit real good.
I saw someone I saw a picture that someone fall asleep.
Oh, it's probably me.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that we have to take you to Lilo and Stitch. We can go see we can go see something at at the Vista or something like that. Or
Is that like place on Fairfax?
it's on Fairfax. Yeah, I'm bad with directions. On Fairfax, right? Vista.
Yeah, the little theater
The
right
little theater.
across
It's
from
Tarantino's
Melrose.
theater. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I saw Thunderbolts recently. Had no idea what was going on.
That was a good movie. You see that?
The what?
Thunderbolts?
Oh, Thunderbolts. Yeah, I have a friend in that movie. Yeah, I have a friend, Lewis Pullman. He's so funny.
Are you like into the big things, or are you just into the tiny little give me the artsy fartsy stuff?
No, don't think of me like that because I promise you right now, like I'm not that person, like at all. I really love I'm not saying when I only see movies that I'm a movie guy person. Like it's like not supposed to be like that. Like I know that that's unrelatable to be like, oh my God, my whole personality is movies. I'm just being honest, and I'm also saying I don't just see stuff like from fucking Criterion. I watch everything. I watch Thunderbolts. I'm excited to see Lilo and Stitch. I personally don't know. I've been a little busy, so it hasn't been on first priority to be honest. But I'll see it. And
You're
saw
great.
Sinners. I see everything.
You're great in Ghostbusters. By the
Thank you
way.
so much.
I watch it with my nephew all the time.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love kids. They do rewatch. They rewatch everything.
Yeah.
They're like, they see something once and they're like, again.
It's
again.
that movie.
Again.
I've watched both of them.
Yeah.
Like not the original, obviously, but like the remakes.
You haven't seen the original Ghostbusters?
I have, but not with my nephew. He's
Oh, no.
obsessed with your version.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, like
awesome.
I've watched that shit so many times. It's been
so
playing in the
funny.
back of my car so many
They
times.
just want like the same thing when they latch
Comfort.
onto something. It's comfort. It's repetition, but it's also so fucking annoying when toddlers are just like, again.
Dude.
let it go. Like, are you still on that shit? Like, you were not born when that came out. You're 3. And this is like, to you, that was like the 18th century when fucking Frozen came out. And you're still like, let it go. I'm just like, let it go. Literally let it go. Oh, kids. Can't live with them. Can't live with them.
You did play a good Ghost melody.
Thank you very much. I've played Ghost many times.
Yeah, very interesting observation. We had that earlier.
Oh, I'm sure you've talked about it, but like, is Cadence talking to Ghost, or is she just like
I guess I haven't played
unwell?
Wait, have I played Ghost many times? No. That was the first Ghost. This is another Ghost story.
Yeah, is she talking to Ghost, or is she just mentally unwell, and is that her imagination?
Yeah,
and we were liars.
I don't know. It just depends on like what a ghost means to you. I say, because we like, I don't know. I think it's like a metaphor for like what they say. The creators and stuff say that they're actually ghosts. Like,
they're actually ghosts.
They're ghosts. But like, what are ghosts is my question, because it does come up when she's popping pills, when she's abusing substance. You know, popping pills, abusing substance is probably the better way to put it. But she, you know, she's popping those pills and abusing those substances, and she's just like, oh shit, I'm waking up and like memories are coming, like this is like bad, like I'm seeing things, and that's kind of something to track throughout the series. But then also Carrie, if you remember at the end, like the cliffhanger is that Carrie is Johnny's mom is like, she sees him and he's like, I can't leave this island, help me. And it's like she had just taken a pill or drank something. She has abuse issues as well with substances. So I don't know. It definitely relates to it. It comes out because of it, but I don't really know like what are ghosts, like I don't know.
All up for interpretation.
All up for interpretation.
You got to watch.
This interview's up for interpretation.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I've watched other interviews with you before you came in, and I didn't know what to expect, and this is not it. But this is great.
Is that bad?
No, this is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the real her.
This is the real her. I know. A lot of you, I guess everything else was like a press junket, so you're kind of just like answering the simple questions.
Yeah.
4 minutes in, 4 minutes out.
Yeah,
you're relaxed.
We got to,
Oh, I'm so relaxed right now. Yeah.
I love the suit, by the way.
Thank you very much. It's very Beachwood Island.
You look great. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I love a suit.
Looks like you would wear that summer Hamptons.
It's giving Maine.
It's nice.
Yeah.
You have a photo shoot to get to. Watch
I
We
do.
Were Liars. It's on Prime Video. There's a link below. It's down there. Or you can go to Amazon.com/zachsang show. You can get it there as well. We Were Liars.
We Were Liars.
TV.
On television. Stream it. No.
Stream it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Emily Alyn Lind, everybody.
Clap for yourself.